So we're here today at Luca West, as we said earlier, and we're here with. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Okay, I'm Casey Hendry. I work here at Luca West. I'm a bartender.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, thank you, Casey. We put Casey on the spot today. I don't know if she was going to be the one helping us, but we saw her making these phenomenal drinks. We said, Casey, we have to have you in the shot. So we've basically forced her here to be with us on set today. But we certainly appreciate it. You'll be talking into this camera right back here. But you made us some drinks today, and as we do in Suburban Bourbon, we learn a little bit about different sorts of bourbon. We also, most importantly, learn about different cocktails.
Exactly. So, what do we have in front of us, and how do you make it? Like, what's the recipe? So let's talk about the first cocktail you're going to serve us today.
So these first two here are the same. These are a specialty cocktail here at Luca. They're called Luna. little wordplay there. It's pretty much your traditional old-fashioned, except we use Old Overholt rye instead of your basic bourbon or your choice of bourbon that you would normally use for your own old-fashioned.
Okay.
And we use, I believe, chocolate bitters instead.
Outstanding.
That's a nice
little different taste, yeah.
Bitters, yeah, for sure. That's about it. They still got the cherry and the orange slice in there, and it's just a little twist on a traditional old-fashioned.
Is that a popular?
They're pretty popular. I noticed that it's definitely something that people who are into a traditional old-fashioned, they kind of are steering away from what they like normally if they go for it. But we always get good comments back about it, so I think it's a good one.
This is the Luna, and the difference is it has chocolate bitters.
Exactly. So we're excited to try it.
Well, that's what we were saying before. I thought it had a cinnamon taste to it. You said, and you're right, more citrus to it, like a citrusy sort of taste.
Citrusy, and there's a sweetness to it that I think with that chocolate, it definitely is it's a good flavor, and
it's smooth,
I love old fashioned, so it's
Yeah.
a nice twist on it.
Yeah, it's definitely a good drink for people that like to normally get old fashions wherever they go.
It'll
That
give
would
them a
be
little
us.
switch up. Yeah.
Casey, 5 stars on your first drink. This is outstanding.
I'm glad.
Very good. All right.
And of course, we have Luxardo cherries.
Yes, Luxardo cherries, the traditional orange.
You'd be shocked. I just had a drink yesterday in old fashioned, and I mean they're all maraschino cherries,
Yeah.
maraschino cherries rather. But Luxardo is the best, and I actually, with my old fashioned, put a little of the syrup in,
The juice,
sweeten it
yeah.
up, right?
Yeah,
and
for sure.
you'd be surprised how many restaurants do not use Luxardo because it's expensive.
They are.
But they add that extra something to the drink that makes the difference.
For sure.
Let's go on to the next drink. Let's see what we have here.
So this is going to be just your traditional old-fashioned I made for you guys. I used Maker's 46 in these. A same regular bitters, nothing too crazy. I used same Luxardo cherries and an orange slice, and I muddled them for you. And they're all set.
Nice looking cocktail for those sitting at home watching us. This is
Be
outstanding.
envious. Oh, it's so good. You are good. Come here and see Casey.
And Maker's 46 is a great bourbon to put into this.
It is.
Because it really does mix well with the rest of the ingredients that you put into an old fashioned. But I mean, we have had our fair share of old fashions. This is a darn near perfect.
That is really good. Now, do you find in the summer? I mean, do you see whether here or anywhere else you bartend, do you see a shift with the types of cocktails people are asking for when they're?
Yes, definitely. Everyone wants something refreshing in the summer. It's like kind of like the key word to go to. Naturally, it makes sense. A lot of restaurants even cater to their menu that way. Like they'll do a switch over for cocktail menus. They'll have like a winter cocktail menu, and then they'll change over to a summer cocktail menu. I would say a lot of cucumber, a lot of mint in the summer, a lot of lime, lemon, things that are refreshing. I feel like old fashions are year-round now.
So, phenomenal drink. Bottom line,
Oh,
I'd put another 5-star on that.
I would put a
Yeah.
5.5 star. No, but really, and I think that what I like is that a lot of times you go places they don't make it as it's supposed to be made. This is as it's supposed to be made.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a bartender to bartender thing as well. A lot of bartenders have like a certain ingredient or a certain bitter that they like to use, and they kind of like don't tell you, and they'll make it how they want to make it. And then you never know really like what you're getting. Yeah, I like to try and stick to the basics as much as possible.
But you stuck to the recipe, and that's, we've said before that, a bad bartender will try to make a drink stronger, or they'll just wing it.
Yeah.
And that's the worst thing you can do is people are coming in, if they order a cocktail, they want that cocktail, and they should be fairly consistent, right? Unless you do a Luna. You say this is something different, right? So what's this other drink?
So these are going to be a mint julep, another traditional bourbon cocktail. Again, very refreshing for the summer. It's actually a crushed ice cocktail. It's almost like a bourbon icy, if you will. Awesome. But yeah, it's just got some muddled mint in there. Not sugar cubes, like granulated sugar. Just a teaspoon of that, some water just to help muddle it down, really. And then I used Knob Creek, I used Knob Creek for the bourbon.
That's the 100 proof.
Yep. I got it here, and that's really it. Kind of, you throw some ice tops, the mint to make it look pretty. Call it a day.
Give it a try. Cheers.
Cheers.
That is really good.
That is.
With 80 proof bourbon in it, my God, I don't even taste that. Do you agree?
And bitters, yes, definitely. Just your traditional one.
Casey, this is really good.
No, it really is, because I will say that, obviously, early May every year, this is the most popular drink. Whether you're in Kentucky or
I was gonna say,
you're a bourbon drinker, mint julep.
That's right.
But,
That's right.
but it's not one that I normally drink. I love the way the mint is, this really has a good mint flavor to it without it being overpowering. So.
Yeah, for sure. I personally haven't found a lot of bourbon cocktails that have mint in them. So it's nice to see as well, because it's not something that I would think to put together.
Right.
So it's good to know that it's good and refreshing.
When we were down on the Bourbon Trail, we went to Maker's Mark, and at Maker's Mark, you can actually they have a mix of mint julep that you can buy from them.
that makes sense.
It has a little green wax on top instead of the red. Yeah.
That's kind of
And this tastes almost identical.
I didn't listen to anything you just said. I'm still drinking my mint julep. It's halfway done for the at-home audience, but this is really, really good, and it's good because Casey made it. You're really good.
good. I'm glad you guys like
So what are some reasons to come to Luca West?
Well, I love it here mainly because everything is very personalized. We're a family-owned restaurant, so everything is very, very meaningful to everyone, if that makes sense. We all care very much about what we're putting out, what our guests are getting. So I love it here for that reason. But for our guests, our food is absolutely delicious.
It is phenomenal.
It really
Yes.
is. It's like, I'm not saying that at all because I work here. It's one of those things where it's like, I love working here because I get to eat the food as well.
Oh yeah, that would be nice.
So I truly mean it. The food is so good. I have not really tasted Italian as tasty the food I've had here. So that's one of the reasons. The ambiance and just like kind of the essence of the whole place is really, really relaxing, and I feel like you can just sit here and have a great time and kind of hang out for a while. Our patio is gorgeous, of course, if the weather is permitting.
Yeah, we were here Thursday, and there was some live music.
Yes, we do live music. Yes, we have live music, which is always nice to listen to. It, kind of makes it a little bit more intimate for everybody, which is nice. And then inside is just as gorgeous too. We've got a nice full bar inside as well. So yeah, I would say definitely for the food, for a personalized experience, good drinks always, and we have a huge cocktail menu as well. We make a ton of martinis and all that stuff. So we pretty much cater to everybody here, which is huge, of course. But yeah, other than that, I think it would just be a good night. Nice night to have dinner, even with your friends a date, of course, great date place.
Well, in full disclosure, we were saying earlier. I'm sorry, Joe. We were saying earlier that the inside is amazing, and if you drive by Luca, you don't realize there's this hidden gem in the back. Because truth be told, it's an office building, and there's another office building behind, and there's a patio which you're seeing right now in between, and they made it their outdoor patio. Very unassuming until you drive by and go, oh my God, this is an awesome with a bar and music and a real lively atmosphere. So
Totally agree.
check it out. Yes.
That's the part about it that I was going to say. This is one of those patios that you can sit, have a nice drink, and the vibe here, especially when you've got the live music, there's a lot of great energy. So this is definitely, I think you put it best, it's a hidden gem, and you should
Really
definitely
is.
check it out.
Yeah. So the other real quick thing, I think Luca has two other restaurants, I believe. One at the old Exo Steakhouse, and then one I think on the west side of the Flats. Correct?
West 6th is, I believe it's located on West 6th actually. It's called Acqua di Luca. It's going to be a little bit different. The menu is different, cocktail menu is different, everything's different. I believe it's a little bit more seafood based as well. So if you are looking for a different experience, but same food made by the same chef, I would definitely recommend checking that out too. It's also new, so you'll get that nice, fresh, jump start, what they want to put out, what they want their guests to see, which is always nice. So that's another nice option if you're looking for just good Italian food that's made fresh. West 6th, Acqua di Luca, it's called.
And the other one is, am I correct? It's on the west bank of the Flats. Not the bank of the Flats, but it's across.
It's above the flats. Yeah, it's right. It's on West 6th, and I think I want to say Prospect. I'm not 100% sure actually. I don't exactly know the exact.
It's on the western side.
Yes.
Of the
100%. It's on the western side, and then the other one is a little bit more downtown, and that's the same Luca. Those two Lucas are the same, yeah, and then Acqua di Luca is just a little bit different menu.
And then the menu downtown
Is the same.
But Casey, here's why you're a pro. So seriously, for everyone watching who's going to be watching this, we asked Casey to do this at the last minute. Phenomenal drinks. We know she knows what she's doing, and excellent interview. I mean, you know what you're talking about. You have been pleasant with us today. We really appreciate you. We really do. And if you're coming at Luca West, ask for Casey. Even if she's not working, ask for Casey.
Casey knows how to make drinks.
She does.
She's friendly. She knows a lot about this place, but thank you very much. The hospitality is fantastic.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
We just got done talking to Casey, who made us phenomenal drinks. She knows her stuff. And we're going to meet Manuel. Manuel, your last name?
Vasquez.
Manuel Vasquez is going to talk with us a little bit today about Luca and his experience here, and maybe some of the other restaurants Luca has.
So we know there's other establishments that are tied to Luca. You want to talk about those maybe to start off?
Well, the first one was Luca at the Viaduct on West 25th. I believe that place has been open for 10 years, maybe a little bit more. Then they had the idea of come to this place because back in the day, Luca and Lola working here when this was a Spanish Mediterranean restaurant called Viva Barcelona.
And those are the owners.
And back in the day, Luca was the executive chef of that place.
Wow. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
and Lola was here, I believe, as a server and manager.
Husband and wife.
And I've been I was at that restaurant.
Viva Barcelona?
Yes.
Yeah.
Upscale Mediterranean cuisine.
Extremely good.
Yes. So obviously, at that time, I would imagine Luca learned a lot about fish because the focus of that restaurant was seafood, and they had 12 different cuts of fish in their best time. Then, Aqua was just open, I believe, about 3.5 months ago. Took over Exo, the steakhouse, which was open at that place for about 15 years.
Hey man, what's the focus of that restaurant?
That focus is seafood, yes. With obviously, as a background, the Italian cuisine, but they have great cuts of fish. I went there once already, and I had swordfish that I haven't had in years. It was wonderful. I highly recommend it.
So as far as Luca West, what are some reasons for people to come out here?
Well, let's face it, a restaurant with this level of service and cuisine, eh, we don't have a competition in this area. You know, I mean, if you need to find higher standards for fine dining, you will have to drive an hour west to go to Chef Francois in Vermilion. But between Chef Francois and us, I mean, there are other, you know, locally owned and restaurants that have been for several years open, but we have the best patio of the west side of the bar.
You really do. You really do.
We were just talking about that. I think Joe stated a hidden gem, and I totally agree. This is a great patio, live entertainment at certain points during the week. But even without that, the vibe, the energy from this it's contagious, and I love coming out here. So.
And I will say, I mean, Manuel is, you often come to a restaurant and you may not even see the general manager, you won't see anyone in charge, right? People just serving. Manuel's very active. You'll see Manuel walking around, making sure that everyone is enjoying their experience here, making sure their meals are prepared the way they want them prepared. And by far, and I agree with you, Manuel, Luca West is a gem. I mean, it is top notch, and I think it really caters to everybody. You know, I don't care who you are, you'll find something for yourself on the menu. The service is amazing, and all the appointments are just very impeccable. It's a really great dining experience here at Luca West.
Yeah, and what we found out, you know, and we've had cocktails here, but the cocktails Casey, you know, provided to us today, you know, we tried out here, are a great example of what's the norm here, which is top shelf, you know, cocktails as well as food.
And knowing their stuff, Casey, who we're going to advocate for, needs to double her salary. We're putting Manuel on the spot. Casey knows her stuff, and it's indicative of the type of people you have working here at Luca, and I'm sure the other, you know, Luca establishments as well. They know their stuff. They understand what customers want, and they aim to sort of aim to please. Quite frankly.
For sure. It's all about our guests. You know, I always say, sometimes times get hectic, and the kitchen can make a mistake. But it's all about going back to that guest and just, you know, killing with kindness, and also with a big smile, and just deliver the best of us.
Right.
Well, every time I've been here, you guys have done it repeatedly. So
Absolutely.
We first off appreciate the hospitality to allow us to record this episode here, because it's one of our favorite places. And obviously, you know, outside of the cocktails, the menu is fantastic, and all I have to say is come out to Luca. For all of you watching this, come out to Luca West or any of the Luca establishments. Great meal, great time out, great cocktails.
Luca West is at 24600 Detroit Road here in Westlake, Ohio. Come here. I'm telling you, you will experience a great environment. Cocktails, amazing. Food, indoor or outdoor, amazing. And you'll get to meet Manuel. Come in, say hello to Manuel, say you saw us on Suburban Bourbon, and enjoy a great night out. You won't regret it.
Thank you.
Manuel.
Thank you so much,
Thanks,
gentlemen.
Manuel.
My pleasure. Thank you.